Welcome. In this video, you are going to learn the essay, The Fetishism of Commodities and the Secret Thereof in 8 bullet points. If you watch this video till the end, you will get a very good understanding from the examination point of view. Before that, I want to thank you for being here with me and learning from me. And if you don't know me, I am Pradeep Hariharan. I am an assistant professor of English. So, the first question, I have prepared this in the question and answer format. The first question is, where does this essay taken from? This essay forms the part of Marx's magnum opus, The Capital, and this is the fourth essay in that book published in 1867 version. And second one is, what is the name of the first volume of Capital? Remember, Das Capital or The Capital had 3 volumes, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. And Volume 1, the name is The Process of Capitalist Production. And in that, the first part, Commodities and Money, and our essay is taken from Commodities and Money, the fourth one. Now we move on to the next one. What is the book written before Das Capital? Because it's a continuation. Marx says it is a contribution of criticism of political economy. That was the book Marx published in 1859. And Capital, he says, as a continuation of this, and the first 3 chapters of the Capital is already published in this one. Next question. Which is the English novel mentioned in the essay by Marx? Marx speaks about Robinson Crusoe. That is a rare question. Please note it down. It is Robinson Crusoe. He compares the labor in a primitive society with that of Robinson Crusoe when he was marooned in the island. You know the story of Robinson Crusoe. He was marooned in an island for many years. So how he does, and he compares it with the bourgeois society. And next question, now we are going on to the central part. In order to understand this essay, we must know what is the meaning of commodities. What is fetishism? Fetishism by Marx means the miraculous value that is given to an object. And finally, how a product gets its value. For example, why diamond is so expensive? Why gold is so expensive? So, who fixes its value? That is what Marx is trying to ask. So, Marx says every commodity must have 3 values. One is the value, second is the use value, third is the exchange value. Marx gives the example of a tree. A tree in itself has a value. When we cut and use it, make it a table, it has a use value because we use it. When we sell it, it has an exchange value. So, a commodity has 3 values. It has a value of its own because it's taken from the nature. Second one, it has a use value. If we use it, for example, if we make a coat, if we use it, it has a use value. If we sell it, it has an exchange value. Then the second thing is, what is wealth? According to Marx, accumulation of commodities is wealth. And what is the requirement for something to be called as a commodity? Apart from having 3 values, it must also satisfy the human want of stomach or fancy. So, a commodity must have 3 values, value, use value and exchange value. Apart from that, it must satisfy a human want of stomach and fancy. Now we move on to the next question. What is the central argument of the essay Commodity Fetishism? We believe that a product gets its value by the labor and the means of production or the mode of production through it. I'm not reading the text because it's very complicated. Marx gives the example of diamond and coffee. We believe that diamond is expensive because it has to be excavated from the deep mine and we have a lot of labor and a lot of money has to be spent. That is why diamond is expensive, and coffee, it is less human labor is required. That is why it is of less value. That is what we believe. But Marx says it's not like that. That is the last part of the question. What is fetishism of commodities? So, what is fetishism? Marx says that some products get miraculous value. For example, the case of gold or diamond. Who fixes its value? Why it has got that miraculous value? That is what Marx is asking. And Marx says that it is not because of the use value. As I told you, for example, diamond, it has no use value other than it's a fancy thing. And he says that there is a definite social relationship between men that gives a product its value. For example, I bought a bike years back. Bought a bike, a vintage bike. When my wife looked at it, he says, what a scrap is this? But it was very expensive. So, the vintage bike gets its value due to the social relationship among the men. And secondly, he says that the fetishism of commodities originated through the social character of labor. Here he compares the work of Robinson Crusoe with the primitive society where everyone worked, there was a division of labor, but they were dependent on each other. But in the case of modern society, what happens is that we give only importance to the product, not the person who made it. So ultimately, the human labor has totally neglected and we give only importance to the product. And such a system is brought by the capitalists, especially by the bourgeois. So he says that there is a hidden custom in every society that turns product into a certain value. So what Marx is trying to say that a product is valuable not because of its use value or something inherent in it. It is a system hidden that gives that product its value, and it creates a kind of fetishism, a miraculous value towards it. So in conclusion, Marx says that commodities gets their exchange value from the bourgeois system. So hope you learned. This is the central argument of the essay. Though essay was reading difficult, but this is what you get. So I want to thank you for being here with me. I'll see you in another video. Until then, bye-bye. If you really want to personally connect with me, join my Facebook channel, because some people are trying to connect with me personally. Please don't do that, but you can always join my channel. Bye-bye.